Ugh. And the Batmobile was almost $1,000 because it was scaled to them.
I would not have been averse to one of the Iron Man figures, but just not for that price.
I almost bought the Mark V, and it's like that's just too much money for one figure. It's, I know folks like Bobby Skullface collect the Hot Toys and the Sideshow stuff. I don't know how anybody, unless you didn't collect anything else, I don't know how you could afford a Hot Toys collection, because that would be just insane.
The only thing nice about Hot Toys is they will, because the figures take so long to come out, you can actually pre-order the figure and pay like $20 a month till the figure comes out, and usually you're already paid by the time it comes out. So then they just ship it to you. Yeah. So that's the only nice thing about buying an expensive Hot Toys. It doesn't hurt as much when you do that payment plan.
Wait. I'm sorry, I was dealing with a YouTube issue. There's a payment plan?
Yeah.
For Hot Toys?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff, if they say, like, this is going to come out soon, they usually give you months in advance because it takes so long for them to come out. And then they'll set up, like, a payment plan with you, and by the time you're done paying it off, usually the figure's just coming out, and they'll ship it right to you. Or if you still have a month or two to go, they'll hold it till you're fully paid till they ship it out to you.
That is just so weird to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it makes sense for that amount of money,
and that way they can get more people that may, like me, who would want the figure, but really don't want to drop $200+ at once. I think Mezco does a pretty good job with their 1/12 scale.
Yeah,
I've got the Space Ghost, and I mean that Space Ghost just up and vanished. It was supposed to have been out last year for Brown Joe Lannon, because I checked with the dealer, who was an authorized Mezco reseller, and he said, yeah, it was supposed to be here like last month, but they kept pushing it back because of some problems with the soft good with the cape and stuff. And when it finally came out, it was out, sold out, and then just vanished. And I emailed them, and they said, we don't have a second production run planned at this time. And it's like, you delayed it for 4 months. It's sold out within a couple of weeks everywhere, except for the glow-in-the-dark version. And now you don't plan on doing a reissue.
If they had that much trouble with the cape, they may have lost enough money on it already.
Well, or do you think once they got it fixed, they would do a second production run to get their money back? Unless they just didn't care and was going to get it back from another figure.
Unless getting it right turned out to be more expensive than they had figured on, even not counting, I'm sure there were some replacement capes that wound up happening somewhere in the middle there if it took that long.
Yeah, kind of like what happened with the Pretender shells for Source Ryuo. Fans probably didn't realize what those shells were going to cost initially. I love my shells; they're so pretty. So glad I got that set, because I've only seen them for like $90 a pop now. I got the whole set for $250. So yeah, I mean, there may be someone out there with a set sale, but I haven't seen them. Yeah, I may get that 1/12 Iron Man, but I've got a lot of classic Iron Man as it is now. Plus, I bought that Kotobukiya statue, so I don't.
You really like that classic Iron Man, huh?
I do. I've always thought that was the best looking his armor has ever been. It's the red and gold, but it's in such a style that it stands out. I mean, if you put that in a lineup with all of his armors, all of his red and gold armors past Mark V, that will be the only one that actually stands out and catches your attention, because the rest of them are just so gold and red or gold. Or is it a circle emitter? Is it a triangle emitter? They all blend.
I wish his armor did transform into the Mach 5. That would be awesome.
You are just full of snark and vinegar tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I like that you like it so much.
Really, that's the two armors I like the most, is the classic red and gold and the Mark V.
I'm pretty much in tune with Don on that one.
I just really want a nice movie armor from Mezco.
I kind of hate movie toys, just in general.
Yeah. All of his movie armors are like.
No, just, I mean, it's just movie toys in general. Yeah. I prefer the comic look to the movie look in every single case.
Yeah. Well, it's like Rob. I've mentioned this to you, Rob. How I have trouble if you put a lineup of all the Gundams, the main Gundam from all the series in a row, I could maybe identify 8. Maybe because they're blue and white and red with yellow highlight Gundams.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they all just sort of. I mean, some have like Wing Gundam is that, and you can. Of course, I can recognize Burning Gundam. You know, I can recognize the stuff from Build Fighters. You know, I can recognize the first Gundam, but all the other stuff, it's like it's a red, blue, yellow, and red robot.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's not unusual.
Here comes Tony. He's a drunkard on wheels. He's a drunkard. He's going to be wrecking after what?
Now, I'm surprised that some third party hasn't done like a Mach 5-ish Transformer yet. I don't remember I remember seeing some just cars done that was looked like it, but
I don't think anybody cares about Speed Racer anymore. Unfortunately, Speed Racer's last hurrah was being on Cartoon Network. No, the movie was a gigantic bomb. I think I love the movie. I thought the movie was great, but the movie was such a colossal bomb.
I have a feeling that's one of those things that's going to end up with a greater appreciation over time.
Oh, I think it already has it. I mean, that movie came out 10 years ago.
Yeah. But, I mean, you talk to people now that saw The Shadow, and The Shadow to a degree has its own cult legacy. Kind of, it's not as good as not as big as other cult classics. It's probably less cult classic-y than the '86 movie.
But, yeah, I don't know anybody that likes The Shadow.
I like it okay at the time. I don't think it's the best Shadow movie that could have been made.
Where's Chris?
I hate it less each time I see it.
He said he'd be home soon. Where's Matt? Where's Matt's the question?
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
We said his name 3 times and he will appear.
But no, it's not the best Shadow movie that could have been made. I really wish that they'd given Sam Raimi the rights to do that when he went off and made Darkman instead. But
Darkman is so great.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's just because we didn't get his Shadow, we got Darkman. So there's
But
the time is right for a Shadow
Andy's
redo.
Gone. No, it's not.
No, I mean, it can be done as like a psychological superhero kind of thing.
I wish things would just be. I just wish dead things would be left dead, and people would come up with new stuff.
To a certain extent, I do agree.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of classic properties that I think would make good superhero movies because the material, like Space Ghost. I think Space Ghost could be an excellent superhero movie. But there's stuff that also doesn't need to be retread, like another Spider-Man.
I can't see Space Ghost other than Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Like any other Space Ghost doesn't exist to me.
Well, did you ever see the Brave and the Bold episode, the little mini episode with him and Batman?
I did.
You didn't?
I did.
Yes. That was fun. I miss Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, me too. I love that series.
It was great.
I rewatched Nightfall the other day, and I wish the Batgirl show they did it for the in-show thing. I wish they had actually done that Batgirl series. That would have been cool.
I haven't. What are you talking about?
Remember Nightfall, the final episode? Yeah, they did that little CGI, the Batgirl show, like co-starring Batman. I really wish they had done that Batgirl series as a real thing.
So I do not know the episodes of Brave and the Bold by title. So when you said that, I thought you were talking about the episode of Batman and Robin, Nighttime, which is like one of my favorite episodes of anything ever.
Yeah, that's one of my. No, it was it was the one where Batmite was trying to get the show canceled so he could get that edgier, grittier Batman that he wanted.
About time you got here, Matt.
And then Ambush Bug was in it.
Matt.
Of all people, in the final episode is Ambush Bug.
Well, I think that's fitting
True.
for that series.
Yeah.
Had it been Batman the Animated Series, yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I just thought of something I like to see. The Mezco 112 Gray Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be gorgeous.
Here's the thing. I see where you're coming from. And it's kind of one of those things. There's a word for it. I think it's probably a German word, like a nostalgia for something that you had no connection to. Where the Gray Ghost is Bruce Wayne's nostalgia. And by proxy, you know, we lived through him. I don't want to spend $90 on something that's Bruce Wayne's nostalgia, not mine. But
if it's a cool figure
for $90 or $100, whatever they cost.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, it depends on the accessory loadout.
Let's just do Leslie, or we could do one of Toyman, not Toyman.
I'm surprised they haven't done a Batman Beyond in the 112.
I think we'll get a Batman Beyond before we get a Gray Ghost. Not that it's not a good idea. I would totally get a Gray Ghost action figure if it were like $8.
Well, they did. They did one in the JLU style, but it was kind of limited.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it was in a 3-pack with. Oh, hang on. Let me find out with the. Because I don't remember. It was in a 3-pack. I had it there for a while, and I sold it.
It was sold individually as well. God, $300.
Yeah, it's pricey now.
Well done. Oh, this one's signed. That's why it's $300. It was a holiday
Sign adds
figure.
$1.
Yeah, there's one that's by itself. Yeah, that's right. It was in a pack with another regular Batman with the yellow oval and another Joker.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there's one on there, Brian, for $12 with free shipping, loose.
I don't need it. I have a Batman, I have a Phantasm, and that's about all I need. I don't even know we need the Phantasm.
Everyone needs a Phantasm. That's such a good movie. It's hey Mickey. That's one of the few things Hey Mickey and I have ever agreed on is on how great that movie is.
I had to get the Blu-ray while I can.
I really like it.
I need to look into that too.
Matt, you all right? You sound kind of stuffy. You okay?
Oh yeah, I woke up very recently.
Okay.
Oh.
I wonder if there's.
Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels.
I need to see I haven't seen Black Panther yet. I need to do that.
Yeah, you need to fix that, Don.
I need to see it again.
I need to see it for a 4th time.
Well, I was going to see it tomorrow.
Me too, probably, but I need to see it a 3rd time first. So
yeah, I was going to see it tomorrow, but something came up, so I'm not going to be able to go to the movies tomorrow.
If my Taobao instincts are correct, it looks like they're reissuing Blue Streak and Smokescreen.
No. Man, Black Panther is so good. It's better than Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah. The good thing is, with my change of plans tomorrow, I get to show someone a movie they've never seen before. Clue.
Who's watching Clue?
Me and a friend are getting together tomorrow, and they've never seen Clue, and I keep talking how wonderful and funny it is. So we're watching.
I've never seen it either.
Hopefully this.
It's great.
Yeah, hopefully this isn't somebody whose opinion you really want. You know, who you want to be in favor of, because a lot of people just Clue is lost on them. It's pretty good, but.
Clue is one of the funniest movies of all time.
I've only seen pieces of it because Comedy Central always had it playing.
Oh no!
I definitely like it. But
I mean, you've got Eileen Brennan, Tim Curry. You've got so many good people, comedians in those roles. It's just.
I think part of the problem is that it's hard for me to say it's one of the funniest movies of all time when you've got Murder by Death in the same category.
Yeah.
And Murder by Death is just so excellent.
I don't know.
Now, Rob,
That is a fantastic movie, Brian.
Murder by
Check it out
Death.
sometime.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It is actually the movie that led to Alec Guinness taking the Obi-Wan Kenobi part for Star Wars. Because while he was filming on this, he got the script for Star Wars delivered to him, and that's why he took the part.
Now, Rob, you're the only person I've ever met that remembers Murder by Death. Do you remember there was a movie, and I thought it was Murder by Death, but I have the VHS and it's not on there.
Uh-huh.
Where at the end of the movie, you have Sherlock Holmes showed up, and the reason he was so late was because he had to walk across the channel.
I do not remember that.
I remember that happening at the end of a movie, and I thought it was Murder by Death, but I have the VHS.
No, it was Old Yeller.
Yeah.
But no, I do not remember that at all. So if there's a DVD or a Blu-ray, you may want to check that, because if that scene was like in a version of it, it may...
It's on Amazon Instant Video. That's how I'm going to watch it.
What movie are you talking about?
Murder by Death.
Murder by Death.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Well, with a title like that, how could you possibly go wrong?
Yes.
Well, it's in the same comedic vein as Clue, that I'm showing to someone tomorrow that has never seen it before.
Oh.
So I've
Is it Massey, or are you showing it to Massey?
No, but Massey will not appreciate the comedy. He'll just lay there and lick himself.
I have built up Highlander and Army of Darkness to Kim before we got married. She's yet to watch them. I know if
Yeah, you've done her a great disservice then.
if she watches either one,
She'll hate them.
she'll hate them.
Well, now, a friend of mine from a few years back,
Fred?
I had
That's not a
mentioned-
marriage that can last, Kilby. I'm sorry.
I had a friend give me The Princess Bride as a part of a Christmas gift, because I told her I'd never seen it before, and she gave me The Princess Bride. We watched it. I don't see why everybody is just so gaga about that movie. It's marginally.
So Don,
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's fixed.
I like for people to feel as though they're doing well before I kill them.
Yes. Okay, I should add him back. He probably thinks that. Hey, there's Chris.
I wonder if he's noticed he's gone yet.
Hold on. We can see if he. Hey Don, no idea what happened. You just started spouting nonsense and disappeared.
I assume the cat shut his laptop off again.
Probably what happened.
Yeah, the cat. I'm sure. So anyway, about how
It's okay.
boring.
It's okay. Some people listening will get that reference.
Yeah.
When
But
Diecast
before-
gets back, go ahead.
But one thing, I don't know if you ever noticed, Don, but in G Gundam, the official name of the George's Butler's mobile suit is the Butler Benson Mom. Because, as I think I've mentioned before, most of the influences on G Gundam were not other anime, but movies.
Oh, I did not. If I knew that, I forgot it, but I don't think I did.
So apparently,
that made my night.
I'm glad I'm recording that.
And after you watch Murder by Death, it will make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We good to go?
Yeah, real quick, a question before
Yeah.
we start.
Okay.
That podcast, did you want that on video?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We'll talk more about that though post show. Because that's
Off stream. I assume.
Off stream.
What are you eating, Diecast?
Wawa mac and cheese.
Oh, nice. Jealous, actually.
I had Jack in the Box today. I did not wait 10 to 15 minutes for my order to be served to me, though.
I saw.
And I will
Tennessee
never
Jack in
wait.
the Box is...
Yeah, I will never wait 10 to 15 minutes to have my meal served to me at Jack in the Box again. So.
Yeah.
Tennessee Jack in the Box is wholly superior to North Carolina Jack in the Box. So I don't know. I'm not sure what happens at that border, but like,
Hey,
it's a
you
whole
didn't get your
different
order
world.
at the other place either, so I maybe it's just you.
Well, when me, Matt, and Don went to Jack in the Box in North Carolina, we did get our food. It was just that
Eventually.
one place where, yeah, eventually,
Okay. Let's starting.
yeah.
3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 562. I am Brian Kilby, and with me we have Chris, who is looking off screen doing something.
I'm getting things ready for. Did anybody get anything?
Oh, excellent. We have Don, who was laughing his butt off a minute ago at something I did not get.
That's why you need to be here for pre-show.
Yes.
Yeah, which is nice for a change of pace. Me doing something that Brian doesn't get. So
You really should be here for pre-show because Don was also hung up upon abruptly for saying disparaging remarks about the Princess Bride.
Yes.
no, I wasn't saying this. I was just
Yes,
saying.
you were.
I just
You're
didn't
making
think it was as
falsehoods.
fun.
That was Matt.
Hi.
And Diecast, how's it going?
Excellent.
And of course, if you're watching video, you do not see Rob Clay, but you hear him. Rob, how are you today?
Not bad.
Rob is our very own personal shadow. He knows
The
everything.
Rob
He
knows.
just- yeah, the Rob knows. So you just can't see him all that well, but you always hear him.
So hey, this past weekend, some of us were going to go to Jolanda. That fell through. Apparently, they had a blast there. We were going to have the panel that Rob Springer and Dusty Griffin did, but unfortunately, they didn't get their recorder in time in the mail. Boo. So it is lost to the ages. I'm certain it was great though. But hey, Chris, Don, Diecast, Matt, and I all hung out here in my house, which was weird.
That's
Very,
certainly
very
one.
strange.
Yeah, strange, weird. Those are certainly words for the experience of this past weekend.
Yeah.
But it was nice to pet kitty cats that did not attack me, and in fact wanted petting and loving.
Yeah, my cat's
Yeah,
doing fine.
actually, Brian's cats are extremely needy, almost to the point of being annoying.
Yeah, I would agree with that actually.
Friendly.
Not Mackenzie,
They
the
were
one just
almost-
runs away.
I mean, it's almost like they were dogs.
Finn and Buddy are very dog-like, yes.
Yeah.
Two of them.
Mackenzie is very much a cat.
But she was cool for the 5 minutes I saw her.
Yeah. Hey, so we got to hang out. We recorded some stuff. Matt transformed my mistransformed toys.
Oh yes, I also got the chance to mess around with Bad Cube Sun Surge, and I can only say that I am so grateful that I waited for the Takara version.
It is left.
You never get.
It's 95% transformed over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you never did get that transform.
It's close enough. I'm fine. It's not going to get
It's
thrown
a car.
away.
It's a car with a robot chest and arms sticking out from the bottom.
You're exactly right. I may sell it that way. Partially transformed Sun Surge.
That's how I sold
Custom.
Alternator's Grimlock.
Yeah.
Well, that was
yeah.
Grimlock. Only a hammer would solve that problem.
I think the same applies to Sun Surge.
You
Don.
know, I don't think I had a problem with Alternator's Grimlock. Was it the
Then
hood?
he obviously never handled it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Him
I
and-
transformed it.
I
Him
have
and-
mine laying over there, half transformed.
Okay,
just like my leader class Sentinel Prime, I can never get the thing in truckload.
I get it. I got it transformed at least once then because mine is fully transformed.
Yeah, I got it transformed once, and then I tried to do it a second time and decided it wasn't worth the effort and sold it.
I find that very hard to believe that Brian got his transformed with the amount of Transformers we found at his house.
Okay,
I fixed 3 or 4 of those for him though.
3 or 4 out of how many? There's a lot here.
I stopped counting. It was getting
Yeah,
depressing.
we couldn't really get an accurate count because you have them all displayed so tightly and impossible to see all of them.
And incorrectly, I fixed some of that for him as well.
I just got out of the way and dozed in a corner.
You did
I was so tired.
You did put my masterpiece Laserbeak on top of the Guardian of Forever,
That wasn't me.
wasn't it? Okay.
That wasn't.
No,
No, that
I
wasn't-
I put your Cyclone Scourge and Unicron on the same shelf.
You did.
Next to Unicron. So, yes.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I like that better.
Of course, because it's right now.
But it was a lot of fun hanging out.
Did you ever dig out your Creo Seacons?
No.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, that's next. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. We ate a lot of food. We drank a lot of cheer wine, and I'm finishing off like the last bottle right now. And Don left. He left his 2-liter bottle of diet cheer wine. Don, I'm going to PayPal you $1.50 to pay for that, so you're reimbursed.
No, go and keep it and enjoy it.
Don, it's not possible to enjoy that.
It's cheer wine. It's still cheer wine.
I like diet cheer wine.
Oh, you too.
I do. So I think the funniest thing was that happened was Diecast trying to climb the rock wall.
I wish we had the Nerf guns.
I have a mark on my knuckle to prove I did it.
If we ever try it, I've got video and pictures to prove that you did it.
He did almost as well as the 6-year-old that was with us.
Keep in mind, Noah weighs a lot less.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, he still outperformed Diecast.
But I went to the hard part first, and
you failed miserably. And then you went to the second. Then you went to the next least hard part and failed that one too. The best. Finally, you had to go to the easiest one, and then you actually were able to get up the wall.
The best part though was when Diecast fell off the wall and hit the ground, and Noah tried to help him up.
That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, that was a blast. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was a good time. And Diecast, when you come back, if you do the rock wall again, I will make sure to bring a water gun or something.
And I'm going to do the easy one first this time. That way I can just show I can get to the top of that at least.
Yeah. And
try to stay in shape for the next year.
And we were going to get a retro reboot, which we talked about on the show before, but unfortunately it has closed.
I felt bad about that.
Which we were not. But we did go to Rebel Base, where both Chris and Matt found something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rebel Base is a toy and comic shop in Charlotte that I have never been to.
It's actually pretty cool. Like, there's a ton of stuff in there. So much so it's actually hard to see it all, much like your collection room, Brian.
Yeah. You know, Chris and I, we almost would have come to blows if what we were looking for had been there, but it would have been
I told Don I would break his arm if there was a Defiant there.
Okay. The Defiant.
Yeah, we both need a Playmates Defiant for our Starship collection.
God, I would love to have I need that now too.
Don't look on eBay. They're
hundreds of dollars, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least a couple hundred usually. Yeah.
Because I've looked for it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Okay.
You guys try to get the Eagle Moss one. It's nowhere near as big, but it's also nice and expensive.
But yeah, so we had a lot of fun. Any other thoughts before we get to? Did anybody get anything? Okay. Did anybody get anything? Chris, you go first because you were digging through your stuff.
So we had talked on Sunday, I think, about maybe going to Time Tunnel in Hickory.
Yeah.
So I actually did that on the way back, and while I don't think it would have been worth a group trip over there, I did manage to find 2 Star Trek figures. So I got the Trials and Tribulations Cisco in the TOS uniform.
Oh, nice.
If I had been there, I'd have snatched it out of your hands again.
$5.
Nice.
The most inexplicable variant figure, too. It's Thomas Riker in a yellow Deep Space Nine uniform. Which, as far as I know, never appeared on screen at any point. So I don't know why. I
just don't know why.
No. But that was pretty much all of value there was to get at Time Tunnel. So, but for $5 each, they were very well priced. Also, at Rebel Base, I picked up a Tasha Yar for $3, which also is about right for pricing.
Did you when you went by the? Oh, actually, so real quick, one thing we failed to mention, we talked about it on RSC Extra 41, which is posted in the feed at tfradio.net. You need to go listen. But we talked about our last ever group visit to Toys R Us. Did you go by the Toys R Us in Hickory?
Yeah, it's tiny.
That's like default Toys R Us that I've always gone to.
It's terrible.
Yeah, which helped shape my opinion of Toys R Us. That's the Toys R Us that Don says that his Toys R Us is the smallest in the chain. I've been to both.
Has to be close.
I've been to both, and they look the same to me.
Yeah, I was thinking when I was walking around there, Don's can't be much different from this one, because this was the smallest Toys R Us I can ever recall being in.
But yeah, so okay, you didn't find anything there. Okay.
I didn't find. So today I did the rounds around here for the remaining Toys R Us locations before they're gone, and also didn't find anything. But that's not really the point. I also got this Ninja Turtles movie Mega Block set at one of the Rosses we visited, and then an actual Transformers stuff. Let's see. Because I just have to tick Kilby off by going through all of the off-topic stuff first.
Yeah.
So on my way to North Carolina, I stopped at a couple Walmarts and got some clearance movie toys. So I got a Steel Bane for $7, which at that price I'm willing to take the chance on bad ball joints. Voyager Megatron I got for $13, which seems about right. It's the only Voyager Megatron I've seen on markdown at any Walmart.
That toy is worth. That's probably the only movie toy that's worth full retail. $13.
That would be Nitro, which this is not a full price Nitro. I got this one for $13 also for potentially customizing into a Thunderwing at some future point.
Oh, nice.
I bought one too for that. I'm gonna buy the repo labels here in the next few days.
And then at a Kroger on the far side of Nashville, I got the Wave 2 Prime Masters.
Nice.
Which I actually have not had time to open yet.
I can't believe Kroger has toys. It's like
they're part of the Easter basket stuffers.
Yeah, which that's a good item for that.
And the colors are dead on for that too.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. So they're $7 each at Kroger.
about $1 more than regular retail, but that's not bad.
Yes, it's really not bad for grocery
store.
Pricing.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I've got.
I didn't know
at all the places I went today and wasn't able to find anything to get.
I didn't know until recently that Kroger owns, is it what, Fred Meyer or Meyer?
Fred Meyer, I think.
Yeah. The I guess Midwest and sort of North Central.
No, that's Meyer.
Meyer. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say, Meyer.
But that's not what Kroger owns, as far as I know. They own a chain called Fred Meyer, which is off to the west.
Okay, I just saw it in the news recently when it came to like the gun regulation stuff. It said that Kroger was going to stop selling or carrying guns, and I'm like, Kroger sells guns? And the story said, I thought they said they own Meyer, which would sell guns. So that's why I thought if Kroger owned Meyer, would it make sense why they have that stuff in their distribution channel, because they already sell toys and they can share resources.
There's a few other brand names I know Kroger is connected with, but Meyer, the Midwest chain, is not one of them as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Well, now the mystery as to why Kroger sells guns just keeps on going. And John joined us sort of midstream there. Hey, John, how's it going?
Hey, John.
He didn't cross it, did he?
No, he didn't cross it.
Now he's lost.
Now he's lost. Maybe he's playing Street Fighter. Or maybe he's not.
No, I wasn't playing Street Fighter. I was doing your Kroger research. Thank you very much.
So what did you find out? What did you find out?
Let's see here. They own Fred Meyer Jewelers. That's interesting. Let's see here. Their wiki is like a mile long. They own lots of things. Yeah. They own a chain called Crambo.
They own a chain called Loaf and Jug.
Like, oh man. I'm living in the wrong part of America.
Yeah, I know. That sounds great. Cool. Chris, anything else toy-wise?
No.
Don.
Yeah, I got a couple of things. Like Chris, I picked up some of the discounted movie toys. I've got Drift, Steel Bane, and I've got a Crowbar. Whichever one was the first one, Crowbar or Demolish, whatever the first one was. And today, last week, while I was down in visiting Brian and everybody, My Wave 2 Voyagers came. I went ahead and bit the bullet and found a good deal. Got a Lita 1 and Hunger on that. And today, the rest of Wave 2 arrived. I got my 5 deluxes. Snarl, Sludge, Moon Racer, Blackwing, and...
Ripper Snapper.
So, as soon as Wave 3 goes up, I will pre-order Wave 3, and that will be pretty much for Power of the Primes. But I got them. I also picked up the 3 Legends about 2 weeks before when I couldn't be on that first time. Tailgate, and then the 2 Duocons.
Cool. Diecast.
Oh, I got...
Get comfortable, folks.
I got...
Oh, God, he showed off that picture of his mail. I forgot about that.
Barricade. And I haven't opened the box yet, so hopefully it has all its wheels. But the only indication that it's possibly like a midnight special is there's a place on the box that says Ford sticker to go here, but there's no sticker. So
that's a pretty good indication.
Yeah, it's probably from the same warehouse that makes these, because they don't have knockoff boxes yet. But it does have the printed, officially licensed by Ford on the back piece. But
how much
it's
was
just
that?
Weird. It was like 40, 45 maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I assume the sticker is a localization thing, so that they can have the licensing info specific to the country it'll be distributed in.
Maybe.
So I mean that's probably the only reason it's not on that packaging. However, I am disappointed that did not come in a Ziploc.
Yeah, I was originally thinking it was gonna come in a Ziploc because I saw bulk, and I was like, oh no.
But where's Skull?
Yeah, so hopefully everything's in here. I also got the last 2 of the Iron Factory Bruticus figures. So
I need to buy those.
You didn't get those yet?
No.
Oh, wow. So I can finally make Bruticus, which is all I wanted to do with it. So that's good. And then I also got the Optimus Prime with the improper forearms.
Alien Attack.
Just to be clear, yeah, the Alien Attack one. And again, haven't got a chance to open it. I haven't even had a chance to unpack my suitcase.
So is that a knockoff or a third-party toy?
Third party.
That's a third party. I'm curious to see what that is actually like when you get a chance to transform it.
Yeah. So, and then I did get one other thing. Brian's gonna have to help me out and show it off.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got a record, a vinyl record from 80s classic Transformers.
Oh yeah,
music.
it's a review copy. So
it's a review copy.
Diecast got our review copy. How's that review going? How's that review
it's
going?
up. It's ready. It's done.
How does it sound?
I didn't have a record player to play it on.
So I bought my copy because Diecast got the review copy. Let's actually listen to it for a second because it sounds weird. The mix on it is a little bit off, and you'll hear what I'm talking about. Like,
it sounds weird, but it's going to look great on my wall.
It is going to look great on the wall. So,
which is what a record is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen to this. There's some voices in there's voice in there that you don't hear. Yeah.
Is this the British version?
So that's the thing that got me. So I think Ant brought this to our attention on Facebook or on Twitter that it sounds like it's a different mix of the album. Somebody suggested on my Facebook that it was the fact that it's a higher fidelity version. I mean, I can.
No, they don't have the filtering on the voices, right?
Well, yeah, they don't have the filtering on the voices, but I could totally buy something being a higher fidelity version, and then like a higher pitched voice coming through where it didn't before, but it's not the case because it's clearly obvious when you hear that robots in, like the iconic robots in disguise part. That is just completely wrong.
Yeah, I'm inclined to believe that it's either an early mix or even possibly a different take, given how much of the, how many of the Sunbow tapes have been lying around for all this time. I would not be surprised if they took the wrong take off of the master for this record.
Yeah.
I really wish they'd just release everything they have digitally so we could listen to all of it.
Yeah. But you know what? It's a pretty record. I really actually like the folder. God, it sold quick. Don said, "Hey, if you get a chance to order me one." I'm like, Don, it's not going to sell out. Sold out in like 10 minutes.
I figured it would.
The second pressing is coming this summer, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's 500 copies each of the Autobot and Decepticon, and I ended up getting the Think Geek version of the Bumblebee one. I mean,
I think is the prettiest. I like the Bumblebee one the best. I actually got the Megatron version.
Yeah. Is it like I ended up having to pay $30 or something for it? Is it worth that? No, not even close.
Yeah.
But I wanted
it is.
No, it's not.
It looks beautiful. You're gonna hang it on the wall, and it'll look great.
Just the cover's gonna be showing on mine. I don't show the record too. I think it's dumb.
That record's pretty though.
Yeah.
Hey Brian.
Yeah.
Mutagen 28 said in the chat, "Ugh, it sounds too clear."
The thing is, that doesn't bother me because we've had digital mixes of this before on like DVD and stuff. But they've been, but it's been the mix that aired on TV, and it was just, from my understanding, just a digitization and like a remastering of what was like already on the tape. It sounds like they went to the original tracks, amazingly, and they still had them, and remixed it that way. It just doesn't sound right.
I would love for somebody to, and I'm sure somebody will do this on YouTube eventually, just overlay the version from the DVDs with this, just so you can kind of hear the differences, like, simultaneously. Because I'm almost certain, like I said, I'm starting to think it's even a different take. There may be more different than
very
just
possible
the mix.
As soon as Brian played that, I was like, "Who's that girl singing along with the record?" Like her voice stood out so much.
Yeah, it's there in the broadcast version, but it's filtered a lot more strongly, so it doesn't stand out like that.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to listen to much else on it. I look forward to the opportunity to do it. Diecast, when you listen to it, let me know what you think.
I won't listen to it. It'll be hanging on my wall. I already ordered the frame.
So that's cool. What else did you get? You had a stack of stuff a mile high.
Yeah, I got some more of my base pieces for the Toy World Zeta toys that I'm using for my reviews. So if you check out the record review, you'll see those base plates too. And I also got a sticker set for Exhaust to make him more like what he should have been before the lawsuits and everything started. Or the cease and desist, or whatever you want to say.
The cease and desist was against distribution, I think. I don't think Takara was ever going to make it exactly one for one the Marlboro Racing deco.
Yeah.
Just because of, avoiding the legal issues that were obvious.
So, I got that. So, more stuff on the way, too.
So, I mentioned the record. I got XV's copy, or his box set, of the IDW Revolution. It's Revolution, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brain's just died.
Kim was thrilled when you walked in the house with that.
She was.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping that would happen at a different time, but,
I was hoping it would happen exactly the way it did.
Well, yeah. Actually, she wasn't that. She wasn't that shocked or upset.
She was not very thrilled when I suggested an Infinity Gauntlet for your mantle, though.
Yeah, I'm going to keep wearing her down on that one, though. I appreciate your help with that. So yeah, Kim says no on that Hasbro Infinity Gauntlet, but
She didn't say no so much as give me the finger.
Yeah.
But
Maybe you can get one discounted at Toys R Us when they...
Oh, actually, maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Matt, did you get anything?
I did. Oh, I have to apologize, Brian. I'm sorry. I don't have any Power Ranger stuff this week.
Oh, well.
Oh.
FedEx sucks. Maybe next week.
Oh, you know, at the Hickory Toys R Us, I did for the first time ever see the Legacy Power Sword in person, and boy, is that a huge box.
I have yet to see that in person, but I don't need it all the same. So,
Right.
Okay, so while we were out shopping at your Ollie's, I found a Mega Bloks kit, so I picked one up for an extra computer console and some minifig bodies. And I got Beastman at Toys R Us, Mega Bloks Beastman. Sadly, they did not have Tila, so I went ahead and got one from Amazon.
Huh. How much did you overpay for that?
Look, what's important is that I have it.
Okay, I'm guessing at least 3 times retail.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So
For what it's worth, I've been looking everywhere I stop to try to find some of those, and I was going to give you one if I found one.
Yeah, well, don't have to worry about it now. Thanks.
Well,
So,
it doesn't matter because I didn't find any.
yeah. So, but what you did find me is a Titan's Return Ram Horn.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Thank you. And when we went to Rebel Base, I picked up a couple Python Patrol Cobra officers.
For a very
25th
good
anniversary.
price.
How much?
Yeah. $10 each.
That's not bad.
So that's about what retail was when they were out. So
Yeah.
many years ago now, sadly. And since I missed my sister at Christmas, they weren't able to make it up. I also missed them this past weekend because I was playing with you guys. But she did drop off my Christmas presents.
This is awesome.
So I got a Hallmark Soundwave ornament to go along with everything else, and the
awesome
most
thing.
important of all Christmas presents, a gnaw.
How many does that make?
I would have to count at this point.
He lost count.
That's
He lost
at
count
least-
over 20.
I think that's at least
Oh,
over
it's
31.
It's over 20. I guarantee it. It's getting. Hold on, wait.
Well, he was beyond 25, like in time for Jolanta last year. I remember that.
Okay, now that Matt moved and I see his stuff, he told me that he displays his toys to where you maximize visibility. I totally see that now.
Yeah. So if you count the Takara one, it's 32.
See, I was right with my guess.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, now, but does futuristic Shark the Robot actually count since it's not named Null?
Well, that's why I don't have him with the others. He's with the season 3 guys. He hangs out with
okay.
Wheelie.
Willie? He really does that.
Oh God, Don.
He really does that.
Anything else?
No, that is it for this week. Like I said, FedEx, didn't deliver my stuff in a timely manner. So next week I'll have Power Rangers to talk about. I know you love that.
I have a lot of Power of the Prime stuff next week if FedEx comes through. So, Rob, do you get anything?
Nothing particularly exciting since I didn't have anything to do this weekend. I bought myself a copy of Samurai Warriors 4 2, and okay, I like the Dynasty Warriors games. I'll keep this short. Dynasty Warriors 8 has this really nice feature where if you hold down the L2 button, you can summon your horse and just jump on it as you go. It really makes things easier.
That sounds like fun.
Samurai Warriors 4 2, they had not quite perfected the horse button yet. So you're running, you summon the horse, and it just starts ping-ponging off of the walls around you, bouncing back and forth, trying to pick you up. That was actually more fun than a fully functional horse for me, but that notwithstanding, it's a fun game, and I it did keep me occupied through the weekend, which is what I needed it to do.
Somebody needs to reskin that and mod it into a Briscoe County Junior game. I would play that.
Yeah, ping pong horse does sound better than a competent horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, did you get anything?
I just got the latest batch of Legends, which is really good.
Yeah, that's what I'll be getting.
So was it G2 Megatron or Purple Megatron, Windblade, and the clones?
Yeah, my Windblade will be here in a couple of days. My second G2 Megatron will be here in a couple of days, too.
Your second.
Yeah, I know. It was by accident.
Okay. I thought you misinterpreted G2. Like you're not obligated to buy,
Gotta
twice.
get two. That's what G2 stands for.
Yeah, gotta get two. Get two. Get two. I love it. Okay. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and the big item. So first and foremost, we talked a lot about
this week in history.
Oh, I put that in there for a very specific reason. 1993, the Headmasters episode, The Last Battle on Earth, Part 2, airs in Malaysia. And you notice we're talking about the Malaysian, the Star TV dubs. Hey, guess what? I have 2 episodes of what happened to the Headmasters in the can. I'm going to get 2 more recorded, then we'll start reposting the show, starting with episode 6. So my goal is to have that done by the end of summer. So I think that means I have to record like another 12 or 13 episodes. But we will get there. We will get there. Okay. The big news. We talked about this in great detail on RFC Extra 41, which was recorded right here, live in the studio. But, man, things are not good for Toys R Us. It was announced today that, it leaked today that there's going to be an announcement that all U.S. locations are going to close. And is that within the month? Did anybody read that?
I haven't had a chance to find it yet.
I've been out all day.
So apparently it leaked this afternoon that the CEO is going to announce that they are closing shop. The UK Toys R Us will close within 6 weeks, and I read something earlier today saying that they are going to try to keep 200 Toys R Us Canada stores open. But,
200 Toys R Us stores in the US and the Canada stores, I believe, is what they were talking about. But who knows?
Who knows? We'll know better tomorrow, which, of course, it's a Thursday, which means that's when news hits, because that's after we record.
Well, it's also because, Thursday before our vacation this past weekend was when the first announcement, like, the following Monday there would be a court date to make a decision about the future. Then they postponed that on that Monday to the following Thursday, which is tomorrow. The theory there is that they did that because that legally qualifies as the 7 days notice they're required to give their creditors if they do it that way.
Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, I know Don is really especially hit by this because he has a lot of nostalgia for Toys R Us. And, I'll be honest, there's 64,000 people, roughly, that are employed by Toys R Us. And, they're going to be out of a job, and that is definitely unfortunate. Fortunately, here, at least in the U.S., the economy is pretty good, and there are more jobs out there than applicants, at least when it comes to what I've seen. So it's a job seekers market right now, which is good. So hopefully when all this works out, the economy will still be strong and people will still be able to find work. And as I pointed out in pre-show, which it just occurred to me, if you're in a location where there's a Toys R Us, there's probably going to be other things out there that you could move to, because Toys R Us tends to be in markets where, there's money and jobs. There's a lot, not like back where I live in my old hometown, there's not a lot of places to work. And of course, because it's tiny and there's not a Toys R Us. So, I mean, hoping, there's that. But we talked to a great extent about what's wrong. As Chris pointed out, the debtor thing, the debit or the debt that was put on Toys R Us is what caused the imminent death. And
you rolled your eyes at me multiple times when I tried to make that point.
Multiple times. And yeah. And like I keep getting stuck on the fact.
I love that.
I keep getting stuck on the fact that Toys R Us was not going to last anyway because of other circumstances. But Rob set me straight pre-show.
I did kind of tell him that if he ever wakes up in a bathtub full of ice with no kidneys, I would, tell him reassuringly that he was going to die eventually anyway.
Which is true.
I like the analogy. I like the analogy.
I like the analogy. The inescapable logic of it suits me, so I appreciate that. But
also, totally when I steal Brian's kidneys, I'm totally gonna leave a note like that for him.
Yeah.
Can I still be a Toys R Us kid even if there is no Toys R Us?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, presumably Toys R Us in Asia will still be going, so you might have to go a little farther for it.
So I can still get my Toys R Us on Taobao.
Sure, let's go with
If
that.
this keeps up, you may be able to buy the stores on Taobao.
Oh.
Yeah, but it'll be missing the roof.
Yeah.
Maybe
it'll
maybe it'll be like Blockbuster, and they'll just somewhere in the country be this one holdout Toys R Us
I'd like to point
operating
out
independently.
Barricade does have all 4 wheels.
Oh,
That's
good.
amazing.
Just
I'm sure it's missing something else vital, though.
But no, he'll buy a Toys R Us on Taobao, and he'll get it, and the interior will be for KB Toys.
That'd be kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Toys R Us closing, it's sad, but we survived the closing of KB.
KB was not as important to the overall scope of toy collecting, I would say, but
I missed KB because I was guaranteed a toy if I went into KB because the stuff they always had like clearance stuff.
Yeah, well, that's because nobody ever bought KB at full
I'll
price.
be honest with you. I have fonder memories shopping at KB than Toys R Us.
I mean, I got my first like brand new at retail Transformers from a KB Toys during G2. So, I mean, that has more of a connection for me than Toys R Us, but still, like, on the greater whole, I think Toys R Us is more significant. Sorry, Don, what?
I worked for K&K and KB Toys, so trust me, this is that all over again, because I have shopped. Toys R Us has quite a bit of my money.
So, yeah. So, like, one thing that I don't go, I mean, I talk about retail stuff. I know way more about retail than I usually talk about because there's certain things I can say and certain things I can't. But I can say there are a lot of retailers that have been closing their doors and closing stores in the last couple of years. Just expect this to keep happening.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I told the people at my store today, it's just, I hope it, I did it this morning when I stopped in on lunch. I said, I really hope it doesn't happen, but I hope, that you'll be able to find something. And they said, as of this morning, no one knew anything. So I'm sure this is not what they wanted to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But we'll know more next week on RSC 563 once the news actually breaks. Let's see here. So if you guys haven't looked in the show notes, I'm talking to the crew here. In the last few minutes, I've gone and pared some stuff down because I had some filler in there that I just took out. Wasn't important. So Transformers Studio Series Deluxe and Voyager figures making early appearances in Kansas and Washington, which Studio Series isn't. Is this at Walmart? Where is this?
Dylan's and Fred Meyer, I think.
Yep.
Those Kroger subsidiaries we were talking about in pre-show.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they are both, because they're in, I assume, grocery type stores, well over retail price for both.
Yeah.
Fred Meyer, I think, is a more general purpose store, but yeah.
That's not related to Fred's, is it? That's that place where all that those cheap.
No, it's not related to Fred's.
Okay.
That Dylan's one is the one that was really expensive. I think the Voyager was like $36 or something.
Yeah, but that's only $6 over SRP.
Yeah. It's expensive, but it's not.
It's expensive, but that's because the SRP is expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So they're just breaking street date on this?
As far as I can tell, yeah, because I think the street date for these is April the 20th.
I mean, these are not like huge chains, so it's probably, not much skin off their nose if they have consequences from breaking a street date.
I hate to say it, but I wonder how many of these we're going to see breaking street date at the Toys R Us liquidation.
Well, that's exactly where I wanted to go. Didn't we hear that? Hadn't somebody suggested or reported that that Thundercracker figure?
I suggested.
Yeah.
I suggested because I know it hit Canada, or I'm sorry, California. Way different. But it hit California. So I'm thinking it's in or close to being into their distribution. I mean, everyone knows Toys R Us has warehouses that ship these out to the stores, so those warehouses are going to have to empty out too. Now, whether they do that by sending the remaining stock to the store or selling it off to someone else, like, Ollie's, TJ Maxx, those sort of places.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that at Ollie's, Ross, and TJ Maxx.
We're going to see these somewhere eventually, and either at a cheaper price or just due to the liquidation, if that's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I expect.
Yep.
And which will either be really good or will really suck, because usually it's feast or famine when it comes to stuff that shows up at Ross.
Yeah, it depends how much shows up, because if it only a little of it shows up, then scalpers usually eat them up.
Yeah.
But if there's tons, we'll be able to get some.
Yeah. Let's see here. So we have stock photos of Studio Series Lockdown and Jazz. I'm glad that we have a Jazz in this line. Just maybe not that Jazz, but
Yeah, I think this Jazz is also going to be kind of on the small side, like Stinger and Bumblebee.
Yeah. But I like seeing a Jazz. So so Jazz was a Pontiac?
Yeah, Pontiac Solstice.
Yeah. Solstice.
Holy crap! And they're still licensing that.
Yeah, why not?
Well, Pontiac is GM, isn't it?
Yeah, GM.
Yeah.
But
Pontiac was
part of GM.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that we're doing that.
I'm sure GM still owns the Pontiac name.
Oh yeah, of course they do, and of course they'll be glad to take money. It's just odd seeing it. Oh god! And here's the Lockdown. Just that face.
The Lockdown looks pretty good.
I just don't like the movie face. I like the gun face.
I'm biased because I can't look at that Lockdown and says it looks good after seeing the Unique Toys Lockdown, the Peru kill. I just can't.
But this is a $20 deluxe.
I know.
Compared to the Age of Extinction Deluxe, this is like a 100% improvement in like every respect I can see, including the face sculpt. So
yeah, like I can't look at Last Night of the Wreckers and say it looks good when I've read The Watchmen either. No, I mean it's not how it works. I mean you can like
how it works in my head.
I mean just because you like that $100 figure or whatever it is, doesn't mean that the $25 deluxe is crap. I mean, but it is a movie toy, so I'm probably not going to buy it anyway.
It still doesn't look right to me. It still does not look like movie Lockdown.
What I loved when you guys were visiting, you're like, Brian, where are your movie toys? And they're like the lowest possible place and completely out of eyeshot.
And there wasn't many of them.
Not many of them. I have more power core combiners than I have movie toys.
As you should.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Let's see.
Actually, you need to maintain that. So, like, for every new movie toy you buy, you need to go buy 2 more Power Core Combiner toys, even if they're duplicates.
I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. So, this is a story that popped up last week, I guess right around showtime. Chris Ryall is leaving his job as Chief Creative Officer at IDW. What, if anything, do you think this will have on Transformers?
It's really hard to say at this point.
Yeah.
When it comes to IDW, I mean, I would see things that Chris would write, but I don't read anything IDW. I mean, right now I'm not reading anything, but other than Transformers. So, and this whole Chief Creative Officer thing, like, at least when it comes to like DC and Marvel, I don't know how important that is. It almost seems like just an inflated role. Like, it's not like, I still consider editor-in-chief to be way, way higher than the Chief Creative Officer. That just seems like a silly made-up role to me.
Moreover, this just seems to be part of a pattern of shifting the personnel around in their higher-up positions, which itself may be more indicative of larger patterns inside IDW. To what end, we can't really say yet.
Last we heard, IDW is doing well, though, right?
I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I mean, I haven't really heard too much about how they're doing as a company. I've been tracking the numbers on all the Transformers books just out of idle curiosity for a while now, and they are sadly on a definite downwards trend.
Yeah, they keep winning awards. They just don't sell issues. It's weird.
I mean, basically, all of the Transformers books currently are selling well beneath what we heard was the reboot or end threshold for Till All Are One. So I don't know what to say about that.
Well, given the Unicron stuff coming up, presumably the wider reaching reboot is on its way anyway. So
I hope they don't take the Flashpoint perspective on that. I mean, I guess
was that the one where they tried to keep some of the old stuff but not all of the old stuff instead of just doing a straight restart across the board?
Yeah, and the thing is they did it without really any telegraphing of it. So basically people were reading a comic 1 month and then a miniseries that many people weren't even reading that you would assume it would have no consequences on anything else changed everything.
Because it was a Barry Allen book.
And because it's Barry Allen and not Wally West. If it was Wally West, I'd have been fine with it. Because Wally West is the Flash. Barry Allen is a Flash.
Barry Allen is the best Flash.
No, he's not. Not even close.
You can think of a diecast,
I'm talking.
Barry is boring. Barry's like Hal Jordan, only more boring, which I don't think is possible.
Don nailed it.
But it is.
Don, you're right this time. Don nailed it. So Chris Ryall leaving the role at IDW, so more to be determined. Now, this next thing is something that I don't think has been substantiated, but apparently Paramount has released information on I guess it says it was specifically on the Blu-ray, which it seems way early for that, but this is what a German Blu-ray site has received product information on the Bumblebee movie. I'm not going to go into it. I mean, they're technical details. I mean, it's a region A, B, or C disc, and it's in German and English, and it's in Dolby True HD, but there are a few plot points and such, nothing major, that may or may not be true, so we really won't know. But,
sounds good to me.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fake. So I mean, It's probably true, but it just again seems odd to me that so far out you would have the plot explained in such a way for something that we're not going to get.
Yeah,
for
but
a year,
if this was originally planned to be released in June, then originally a home video release would have been maybe September. So this would still be a little bit early for that, but not as bad as, basically a full year early, because we probably won't have home video until at least March of next year with the December release.
Very valid
And the other thing I like to point out is that we can actually pre-order Blu-rays while the movie is in theaters now, because I pre-ordered Black Panther on Blu-ray and it's still in the movie theater.
Yeah, I don't know if I genuinely don't know if that's just Amazon putting information up because they know it will be released and they know roughly how much it'll cost, or if Disney is actually feeding them the information.
Well, no, Spaceballs is just becoming more and more true all the time. That's all.
Yeah.
I do want to point out in terms of when this will be released, if this listing is accurate, it will the Bumblebee movie will be out on DVD and Blu-ray April of next year.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So, hey, guess what? Thank you, Amazon. Last week
for a bidet, apparently.
Last week we talked about the bidet that I ordered, and so,
are you going to say who got it?
Yeah. The package was misdelivered to my neighbor. And my neighbor was expecting a package from Amazon. So he opened it. And I came home. The package was on my porch. It had been re-taped. And he yelled across the way. He was like, "Hey, I accidentally opened your package. I was waiting for something. And I looked at it and I said to my wife, this isn't it.
This has got to be for Brian.
This is not mine. So, of course, I told him, well, if any package of mine was going to be opened, it would be the one that had the bidet in it. But, you know what? You can get anything from Amazon, and the bidet is pretty awesome. So you can have the bidet that Brian has, tfradio.net/bidet. That's BIDET. You should do it.
Happy bidet and Wilkes.
Oh, I've got to do a happy day in Wilkes about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing after the show.
Thanks, Chris.
I don't know if it amounted to anything, Brian. I hope so. But yesterday, Amazon had a very brief sale on both Destiny 2 and Gundam Versus for the PS4. So I put out
Sweet, thank you.
affiliate links on a couple of my Twitters for that.
Awesome. Sweet, thanks.
Sure.
I haven't checked. I used to check every day. I've learned that that's just not a good thing. It's like checking your weight every day. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, tfradio.net/bidet. You can buy anything. I have mayonnaise on the way. Sriracha flavored mayonnaise that I have on subscription.
Yeah, I heard Wave 2 Deluxes actually showed up at retail price on Amazon this morning, too.
And I missed it.
For a little
Yeah.
while.
Well,
And by the time I saw them,
Well,
they were $35 each.
Yeah, so like on Hasbro Toy Shop yesterday morning, apparently at about 4:30 a.m. Central, Hunger and Elita 1 went in stock, and by about 7 o'clock they were out of stock, and have now since been completely removed from the website.
I just want y'all to know that sometime between probably May and July, I am going to run out of discretionary funding for the year to do Transformers stuff. So go to your stores then, because that is when all of this crap is going to just magically appear on shelves by the stack.
And you know what's sad? And what's sad is that no matter how vigilant we are checking the websites, see, that's kind of why I went ahead and bought it when I had the eBay coupon code. I know I paid a little bit above retail, but I'm tired of this distribution. I'm tired of camping out on websites or checking when I go into work at 3:30 in the morning on the off chance. I've gotten lucky at Hasbro Toy Shop, and magically stuff has been up at 3:30 in the morning. But unless you're buying something from a Japanese-based reseller, why should you have to get up at 3:30 in the morning to find a toy that you want?
Yeah, I had a similar experience with Toys R Us's website at 1 or 2 points where, like, if I had not been looking at it at random at like 6:30 in the morning, I would have missed out on something I wanted to get.
So
yeah, I mean, like, there's no organization, there's no notification. I can understand not telling you all the time when everything's coming out because it's crashing the servers and stuff, but some notification of coming soon so you can bookmark the page or something. This is just ridiculous to buy a plastic toy.
So Don, when he was here, he had an eBay coupon that was going to expire at midnight. And he was just so stressed out as to what he was going to do with it.
He was trying really hard.
I understand that. I was having the same problem because I saw that coupon happening. You know, it's like 20% off any purchase of $25 or more from noon to midnight on that specific day. And I could not think of or find a damn thing that I wanted or needed that I would have spent money on otherwise.
Yeah,
that I could justify using that coupon on. So rather than just rack my brains, I decided to just let it go because
that's what I did. I mean,
he did.
I had just bought and paid for the Wave 2 stuff, and none of my third party stuff is out yet. All the third party stuff I kind of want is all like maybe kind of, but I mean it wasn't something I would buy unless I saw a really good deal on it. And it, like, one thing I was looking at was Chigura. I like Chigura. I like that version of Astro Train. I like the Evil Star version better. And I haven't touched my Evil Star in a couple of months. So it's like, do I need another Astro Train, even though it does look pretty? Not really with the pre-orders I've got coming up. So it's like, it's like my dad said. That's one of the advice my dad gave me. It's not a bargain if you can't use it.
So the thing that as soon as Don got to my house, that struck me is that Don, for almost the entire time, only talked about and thought about toys. Of course, we're all together. That's pretty normal. But it occurs to me that Don is such a serious fan and collector that nearly all of his mental energy goes towards toys. And I'm impressed, and I have to say that we talked about like what percentage of time or what percentage of our mental energy goes towards like the collector's part, and I'm like at 5%, and it seems like Don's like at 80%. Don, you are a true hero. Literally, the entire time he talked about buying toys, the entire weekend.
Well, not really.
Yes, really.
Recently, I've had some things happen to me that have made that not as important to me.
Wow.
But when I'm with these guys, it's kind of like I go back to the way I used to be when that was, because I love the hunt, I love the thrill, I love the search. It's like when I was at Rebel Base, I was trying to find something unique to take back with me because I wanted something rare or something I couldn't find. There was nothing there that I wanted at the prices that they were asking for. I mean, some of the stuff was reasonable, but it wasn't what I wanted to give for item X. And it's just, it's also, when I'm with other people, I don't, when I'm with my friend Fred, we talk about other stuff. It's just when I'm with those guys, that's the mentality that I'm in. The collector.
Because we won't let you talk about Kim Possible or Code Lyoko.
Yes. Hey, Rob.
True story.
Rob, what's on T-Formers this week?
Okay, well, first up, Baycon, Jack has our review of the Transformers soundtrack LP, which I'm presuming he got our review copy, so he seems to have liked it. Seems to have thought it had a pretty decent sound. He didn't mention the original, the theme song, but he seems to have listened to the whole thing and be fairly positive about it overall. So that's a good thing. Also, Jay from TNI has a review of Volcanicus on their YouTube channel. We've got Ken Christensen's original line art for the Combiner Hunters box set plus Titans Return Skull Smasher. I still love that box set. That is probably my favorite of the handful of SDCC exclusives I have. It's fun. Also, this one is Rob Springer gave us the heads up on this one. The Metals diecast metal figs of Optimus Prime and Bumblebee are due out in April, and we've got some new photos of those. And let's see, IDW has put out a required reading guide to prepare you for Unicron number 0, which...
That's the Free Comic Book Day issue.
Yeah, May 5th.
I can't wait for that.
I'm curious to see where they go with it.
Yeah.
I haven't actually looked at the required reading guide, and it does not want to load. But probably the best thing we posted this week is last Friday before he took off to meet up with you guys. Chris posted an in-depth look at Code of Hero, as it was the 20th anniversary of the airing of the episode.
It was.
Wow. Well, okay, so it was the 20th anniversary of the episode per the date on the Transformers wiki, which was March 9th, a Monday in 1998. As I point out in the article, I remember seeing this episode for the first time on a Saturday, so that I think the specific premiere date is going to vary from market to market.
For you, it was the greatest episode of Transformers ever. For me, it was a Monday.
Or a Saturday, as the case may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the one they showed right before they went into Agenda, correct?
Yeah.
Oh no, there's Transmutate in between.
Yeah.
So that would have been a Monday, Transmutate Tuesday then, because I remember on Cartoon Network Agenda Part 3 ended on that Friday.
Yeah, Transmutate was, but yeah, that set the tone for Transmutate. That makes sense. Yeah. God, Transmutate's a great episode too, sort of.
Weird, but yeah.
So other than Matt, who doesn't get a vote, Code of Heroes, best Transformers episode of all time, right?
One of the
certainly
best,
up there.
It's top 3.
Top 5,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Don, what's on the network this week?
What's on the network this week? RFC Extra number 41. On this RFC Extra, myself, Diecast, Melvar, XV, Chris Triplett, and Brian are all in studio at Brian's house and discussing our last group visit to Toys R Us and what went wrong. RPG Lessons Learned, episode 45. Martin's game, Castles and Crusades.
Castles and Crucibles.
I'm very tired. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This week on RPG Lessons Learned, Dusty shares his experiences in our friend's game. Somehow we tie in Skyrim, Orson Scott Card, Diversity of Thought, and the Monkey's Paw. How was your weekend? Concert going. On this episode of How Was Your Weekend, Wendy and Brian talk about concerts. They discuss some of their favorites, some of their least favorites, and some concert regrets. Rest in peace, Tom Petty.
Yes. Hey, Diecast, what did you put up on RFC reviews this week?
I put up the Transformers vinyl record.
Was it a review?
It was a review. It was almost like an unboxing. I mean,
It was a photo review.
Called unboxing.
Yeah.
It was a video photo review.
Yeah, if you take high definition enough photos of the grooves in the record,
he's right.
Someone probably could play those back digitally.
Yep.
In mono, at least.
I mean, if I played the record, would you really be able to hear it the way it was intended anyway?
But you could comment on how it sounds.
You played a little bit for me. It sounded... yeah.
Now an earth-shattering mono.
One channel to rule them all.
Anything else? Didn't you put something else up?
No, I was somewhere all weekend. I don't know.
Oh no!
Got anything on tap for this week?
Yeah. I actually want to do the Alien Attack Prime.
Okay.
That's like one of my number one priorities.
I remember why I thought you had posted something else, because Don spent all weekend talking about Bobby Skullface's videos.
Oh,
Yes. I did not. I mentioned it in passing.
25 times.
And then you watched it in our living room at the suite on Saturday night.
Well, I had free Wi-Fi that didn't suck. So yeah, I was catching
it was decent Wi-Fi for the grade of hotel.
He also talked about MGO.
That was a really nice hotel for the grade of hotel that we were at.
Adults only for some reason.
Yeah, we never really put together why.
Because there's a strip club.
We never saw that either.
Oh.
I'm just praying for the day when
I was more concerned going to the Waffle House than I was anything else, but I never went.
I'm just praying for the day when Don says,
there.
"Hey, Diecast has a review of this up."
Hey, so what did you guys think about Metro Diner?
It was good.
Awesome.
It was good.
Awesome.
If you have one in your area, you need to go back. I'm going to go back.
Most likely I don't.
Sadness.
I like the Barcelona too, but I don't think Chris was very thrilled by.
No.
It might have been if I would have been able to taste any of their food.
Yeah. Chris was Jack in the Box.
No, Jack in the Box actually gave me my food.
Yeah, yes, I eventually got my food at Jack in the Box. Chris never did get his food at Barcelona.
Were you able to get your money back, by the way?
Oh, they gave him his money back.
Yeah.
I still haven't tried a shake from there yet.
It was was world changing, Brian. You need to...
That place would be burned to the ground.
It's kind of weird. I don't think Jack in the Box realized they hadn't given us our food yet until I walked up there and I just kind of stood there. Like that picture that you posted with me, in the studio, just kind of just standing there.
Well, you had that look on your face like, I'm Headmaster Don. Perhaps you've heard of me.
And I'm hungry.
So the thing that I like best about the Barcelona burger is that it's owned by a guy named Michael Bay. True story. Let's see here. So don't forget, you can find this episode show notes at tfradio.net/562, tfradio.net/562. You can leave us a voicemail at 931-99-GOBOT, 931-994-6268. We are on Twitter at tfradio, on Facebook at facebook.com/tfradio, and on Instagram at tfpodcast. Rob Springer, who is not here, is at zonebase.org and at Rob Springer. Hey, and I got a new phone today, so I'll be taking lots of photos that I'll be posting to our Instagram. So I'm pretty happy.
Take a photo of your phone, or are you going to take photos with your phone?
Photos with my phone. It takes really nice photos.
Well, you could take photos of your phone too. You just use a different camera.
Well, I still have my old phone, so I can do that.
Right?
Yeah. So I kept that. I kept the phone. So there you go.
I got all my old phones.
Yeah, I still have my my oldest phone that I still have is my Nexus, Galaxy Nexus.
Did you want me to mention the new reissues?
Tell me what I'm forgetting.
Okay, this is news from Taobao that Diecast has interpreted. It looks like Takartomi is reissuing Masterpiece Wheeljack, Masterpiece Smokescreen, and Masterpiece Blue Streak. So not the Blue Streak. It looks like they're straight reissues.
Good. I don't have to buy them then.
Yeah, I don't see anything different. But if you missed out on these, because I believe these are MP20, MP19, and MP18, so they're a couple MPs ago. If you missed these, you should look out. A lot of the retailers will probably have these pre-orders up this week.
Cool.
My oldest phone.
Which one is that?
An old Motorola flip phone.
Cool.
I still have my Motorola V1 Razr.
That's what you're using right now.
No, I have.
That's how he gets his internet.
That is how he gets his internet. Okay.
It would explain a few things.
I am on Twitter at bkilby and on the Instagrams at Brian Kilby. Chris is on Twitter at ChrisRTXV and on Flickr at flickr.com/ChrisRTXV. Are you anywhere else?
No.
Matt is on Twitter at Melvar. That's 3 L's, 2 R's, MELLLVARR.
Hashtag Seacons before Unicron.
Amen.
Spread the word.
Don?
I can be reached at Bobby's Casino. I can be reached at HMRC. I can reach
Vangelis.
Just not at Diecast. Not at Diecast too.
Hey, I try. I don't want to look like I'm playing favorites. I want to give everybody that I want to give everybody that puts a lot of work into their stuff equal credit.
He can be found at Optimus.
Wow, that's certainly a backhanded comment toward Diecast, isn't it?
Yeah, I heard that too.
He can be found at PA.
I can be found at HMRC, the number 4 EVR on Twitter.
Diecast.
I can be found at Diecast2, and just for Don, I can be found on YouTube at RFC Reviews or tfradio.net/reviews.
Yes. Perfect.
Just so Brian doesn't have an aneurysm.
Well, it takes you right to it.
And
no, we have to save causing Brian an aneurysm for the next get together.
Yeah.
Yeah, tfradio.net/reviews doesn't do anything for the site. It just uses capacity. It just takes you right to your channel. It's easy to remember.
Besides, we have to get back together. Matt has more Transformers to transform on camera. And
so many more trips will be required to fix Kilby's collection.
I think I need a bigger house before we do anything like that again.
And then you can also follow me on Facebook at Reviews by Diecast, and probably a bunch of other places that I'm forgetting.
He can be found at the Waffle House on Thursdays. No.
Yes.
Rob.
I am on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Flail-Throughs. Also on YouTube at Flail-Throughs. We're currently still playing through Mobile Suit Gundam Side Stories.
That's a lot of side stories.
Yeah, the game is huge. There's like a whole set of VR missions I haven't started yet. We're on the Zionic Front chapters now, which have no resemblance to the original game. I've been told. Like, it shares some characters, but the setup, none of the rest of it actually has much bearing on the original game at all. So it's one of the places that apparently Side Stories was the biggest disappointment to fans of some of the Gundam games from the PS2 on forward.
Interesting.
Yeah. But also, of course, when Chris and I do video reviews for T-Formers, you can find them on YouTube at T-Formers TV.
Excellent. And John?
That John D everywhere.
Everywhere.
And Rob Springer can, of course, be found at RoboRobSpringer on Twitter or zonebase.org.
And I already said that.
I wasn't listening.
Still true.
Yes.
I wasn't talking, so by definition, I was not listening to what was going on.
We'll be back next week. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Fun. And we didn't go to
Light week.
I took stuff out because, God, I didn't want to go into depth about like those diecast toys or anything like that.
Yeah,
my Thunder Clash did survive. I think
we didn't even touch it.
Yeah,
No, I was afraid to. Gold plastic and all.
Yeah.
I looked at it though, longingly. So
and I, for the longest time, thought you had that.
no, I cannot, in good conscience, spend money on something with gold plastic parts.
I looked longingly at Unite Warriors Baldigus. That's a pretty ass toy.
Yeah. We also spent some time, XV and I, willing Brian's toys to ourselves. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was good to see your nephew. Always fun.
He was really well behaved too, for the most part. I mean, being out in public like that
Like
for a 6-year-old, I was impressed.
When we got breakfast Sunday morning, Kim was like, "Noah, who do you want to sit beside of? Diecast." I want to sit beside a diecast. I just love hearing Noah say, "Diecast, do you like this? Diecast, do you like that?"
Without even questioning it, just
Yeah.
his name is
Spaceman
Diecast.
463. I
Totally
want to sit next to
normal.
him.
Yeah, Spaceman 63.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Sit next to Goku Rules 24.
I was sitting in the back with him going to the bowling alley, and he kept saying how much he wanted to bowl. It's like, no, you got to be the pin. He said, "I am not the pin." I said, "Yeah, you got to be the pin this time. I was the pin last time." I don't wanna. Oh, okay, if you don't wanna.
So
That's why we couldn't bowl.
The blacklight golf was fun though.
it was.
That was
With my shirt,
Sadly,
I
my
wish-
camera was not able to pick up the pure majesty of the orange shirt and the black light. Like,
well, see, that's the magic of that shirt. Like, there is no camera that can actually truly capture it.
That shirt made the album art for this week,
Oh, good.
which I can just share it with you guys here if you.
Yeah. The only thing about the blacklight golf was I wish the holes had been a lot brighter because it was hard to see where you were trying to.
It was.
Yeah. I mean, like in the second half of the course, I would say the light from inside the holes was pretty much adequate to pick them out, but some of the others weren't. Yeah, hard to mistake that glow.
Whoa.
That's some typing.
Not me.
Me either.
I love the picture of Dawn at the Metro Diner.
I'm trying to get that picture to come up. It hasn't yet. apparently, Windows tended to upgrade while I was down there, and they've changed some things, and it's a little slower. It's like, of all the things I've heard Windows 10 needs fixing, they changed how I power down my computer. It's like, did you really have to change that?
Evidently.
So now I have to right click and then scroll, and then it's like you didn't need to change that. You added a step for no reason.
Oh, good. You used one of my pictures of Don and Triplet at Toys R Us, too.
I like that picture.
Oh, jeez. Let me see what this looks like.
It's a good picture, Don.
It's a good picture.
I mean, it legitimately is a good picture.
Oh, okay, yeah. Big old
That's one of the ones I was really satisfied with how it came out. That's why I put it up as on the preview tweet that day.
Yeah, and I'll probably go get that Mum-Ra. I need to get that Mum-Ra now.
Yeah, every Toys R Us I've gone to since you pointed those out that day, I've seen them, so it's not like you're going to have a hard time before the doors close.
Except mine, because mine doesn't have those.
I think the picture of my shirt under blacklight is the most accurate to the actual color it is.
It is,
under normal daylight.
The blacklight didn't actually change the shirt. It just it back illuminated it so you could actually just see it better.
Yeah. Yes, it made my high visibility orange shirt more visible.
No,
I need to
Sean.
get another one of those.
Bad Sean.
Oh,
I will
no.
send
say?
you he said father and son at TRU.
I can see that.
I can see that.
I am not old enough to be his father. Besides, I think he would probably disown me or change his name or something.
Triplet?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Triplet turns 40 this year, so.
And I will turn 48 this year.
Well, I have heard of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I don't know that.
But yeah, the picture of Don at the diner.
Oh. But I'll be honest, guys. When I talk about other people, I'm not trying to put anybody down. It's just I watch a lot of different reviews, and I just try to point people to interesting things. I'm not picking one person over the other.
Don, I'm giving you crap. We give you crap.
I know you are, but I just don't want y'all to think I don't watch diecast stuff. It's just I watch a lot of people. I try to get
He's a people watcher.
I mean that from the heart, Don. I'm waiting for the day when you said, "Oh my God, Diecast did this review," and I'm going to be like, "I love you, Don. You're my man."
Hey, I see my shelves in your post on the Skype chat. Yeah, the number 66, the Ferrino turn-in tube storage display. Those are my shelves.
Oh, I pasted more than I thought to see. Oh God, Diecast! I can't mention that. I can't mention that in the over the stream at all.
Yeah, that's why I put it in there.
Yeah. I can't even say that after the stream. After we drop the live stream. Let's see here.
Yeah, the only thing wrong I can see with this barricade is there's a little bit of scuffing on the police on the back. But that's not...
Okay, yeah, I see that.
That's not too bad.
And it seems like packaging issues have been fairly common for those movie masterpieces.
Oh, well, you know why? Because they're so cheap now. They don't even use a plastic clamshell. It's just this plastic tray. Which is like, really? Like, why wouldn't you put the other piece of plastic over top like they used to with the masterpiece?
Hey, Diecast, Cat Max in the chat says, do you have a Mech Fan Toys Laser Wave review coming? Because I know the Mech Fan Toys is usually upscales from the DX9 and other Legends products.
This guy?
It's Laser Wave.
Yeah, Shockwave is the one you'll be thinking.
Do you have a Taser Face review coming?
Oh, I didn't get that because I have the No, he was Iron Factory, wasn't he?
Oh, Iron Factory? Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't think that one was actually an upscale. I think that was... I could be wrong, but... I thought it was the same size. If it is an upscale, I might pick it up.
Yeah. Because I was looking at getting the Mech Fan Toys, their version of the DX9 Dinobots. Because I mentioned that to y'all, but those prices have gone from like 20 to 25 up to 35 and 40 each.
Dang.
Don, I might... When's the next time I'm going to see you?
TFCon?
TFCon.
I don't know if I'm going to make my... TFCon's still kind of in the works.
Well, let me know. I mean, because as long as you give me like a month I can probably get them for, like a month before TFCon. I can get them in time for you for TFCon.
You know, assuming Customs doesn't destroy them this time.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Well, I mean, if you see if you see a good price on either the 3 that are out now or a set of 5, let me know because I do kind of want them.
I can usually get them for about 15 each
Before
then
shipping.
they're before shipping.
Yeah, and they've got all their feet right.
So Volcanicus X25 on Twitter said that it sounds like the drop mix track is from HasCon is on the record. That would make sense. In a way.
Yeah, I saw Drop Mix. Someone posted it was on Amazon for like $50, which is half off.
I really wanted to get that. I just haven't yet. I wanted to get...
Thought about it.
Yeah. Okay. And now... need to mute this. Mute phone.
Let's see. So we have some suggestions in the chat for directions for diecast to go and reviewing. Jay Zachary says, "I wish diecast would do more reviews of bots he already has but hasn't reviewed." Diecast could do reviews showing off features from toys we didn't know that they had. That's Rodimus Supreme. And let's see, where was the other one? Oh, Nightwing #1 says that Don could be Diecast dad.
How old are you now, Diecast? 35?
35.
Yeah, he could be.
I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch, but not
He
as much
had to
as
start
being
young,
Triple Dad.
but yeah.
Some people start that young.
I mean, he could have been making donations.
Okay.
He did need money for Transformers when he was younger, so you never know.
But it would be illegal to pay him money for it.
Well, you just handed it to some guy.
No.
Let's walking in.
This Astro train of conversation is derailed.
It would be
We
like
were
when you want to buy
actually-
beer when you're younger, and you're like, "Hey, you get the older brother to buy you beer."
Don didn't have an older brother.
I was asked by my college roommate to buy him beer. I said, sure, for an extra $5 per 6-pack. He said, that's outrageous. I said, that's the cost. He never asked me again.
So we were talking when we were all together that maybe Diecast could spend some time on his channel looking at some of the weird, not exactly knockoff, but weird imitation stuff
That'd be
that's
great.
all over Taobao too, because that's some interesting looking stuff that not a lot of people that we know of are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I do have that one coming that we couldn't figure out what the heck it was.
Was that the Megatron with the wings?
Yeah, the Megatron with the wings.
Yeah, that should be interesting if Customs doesn't destroy it.
Speaking of weird knockoff stuff, I was happy that the toy that a couple people were interested in this past weekend was that it's not a KO, but it's that weird off-brand combiner that Diecast got me, the bug combiner.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
And Don, I put my vehicle Voltron knockoff up after you left. It's actually really solid. I wish I had it up when you were here. It's
Is it the Kmart one?
the Tuesday? I think I got it Tuesday morning.
Because I guess it was 15 years ago now. Kmart actually had a full-sized vehicle Voltron.
I remember
knockoff.
that.
Yeah, I have it in a box here somewhere.
So actually, let's see if I can show it without. Well, hold up. I know how to show it.
It's interesting now because I have this vision in my head. I can envision the angle of Brian's camera now and know where in relation to the rest of his room he is and everything. Before it was just this abstract corner.
That's not it.
Well, it's closer.
I was about to say, if it'd be easier, you could always just go take a picture of it with your phone and post it to Twitter.
I want to do this though.
Because it's not easier.
Because it's harder.
hard way.
It's there beside the flag at the top. It's above the HasCon. It's beside the HasCon Play-Doh.
Let's see.
So the Batmobile, the flag at the top, and the case. It's right beside all of it.
Okay,
Right on the
yeah,
very
that's
end of the
definitely not the Kmart one. The Kmart one would actually be as tall or taller than Snake Eyes.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, it's nice. It's solid. It's the most solid of those Tuesday morning sets that I've opened.
Yeah. I found out recently that the last Tuesday morning in the area actually closed, so...
Boo.
Hey, Diecast, what exactly is the... Have you looked at the Unique Toys version of that Optimus? Because
I'll be right back.
I keep hearing some people say that the Alien Attack version is wrong or doesn't look as good, but the Unique Toys is supposed to be better, but it's like...
Unique Toys looks better, and people are assuming it's going to be better because of Unique Toys Lockdown. So, I mean, I think Unique Toys is a better bet to be better, but I'm getting both.
Yeah.
So,
Well, see, what amazed me was because I did watch a video on that Prime. The amount of parts compression on that figure is incredible. On that, that's why there's no kibble. I mean, it's a lot of tabs and locking points, but I mean, the stuff just folds away. It's just blows the mind how you get that much robot with that little kibble.
a lot of pieces are loose in the box. I got to pop some of these pieces on.
So I guess that'll be a pop-up video.
Hey,
Rodimus,
video.
Rodimus Supreme is asking if the Alien Attack Optimus is the same size as Revenge of the Fallen Leader Optimus.
I think it's a little shorter though, if I remember.
He's pretty tall. I got to get all the parts on first. He has die-cast feet, which is important.
But how are his forearms?
His forearms are inaccurate. We already knew.
Make sure you take lots of pictures and send those to Eric.
Yeah. Excruciating detail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 4K photos of just the forearms.
Yeah, you have to have enough of the bot in the picture to make him realize that it's the wrong forearms.
I just don't see. It's just just doesn't seem that it's, you know. But you know, I have so many versions of the movie Optimus. It's like I don't really understand why, because I got the recent one, the one from Japan, and I've got the ones that it's just like I have so many of that toy, and I don't know why. I like it, but I don't know why. I mean, look at that. I mean,
if I remember right, I have 3 versions of movie Optimus. 2 of them are the deluxe mold. One of them's the Target silver one, and then I've got the what was it? The Dark of the Moon one with the like solar panels.
yeah.
And I only have that second deluxe one because it came with the Grimlock I wanted and was hilariously chrome silver.
Well, the one thing major coming out that I'm looking forward to is getting Colossus, which is the Thunderclash retool of Tarn.
Oh yeah,
Coulter. Yeah, Coulter.
That's next month.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. Everything I have right now is either I've already bought and got it with previous, Dononomics, or nothing's out yet. So I'm kind of at that lull where, there's just nothing out there that I really want unless I stumble across something in the store.
if anybody sees a Robots in Disguise bludgeon, I could use one of those.
Paladin had one, but I think
I'll
he
keep
sold
an
it.
eye out. I'll keep an eye out, but nothing is getting restocked here. So
Yeah.
Well, that's weird you mentioned that, Chris, because I stopped by my Target today, and they actually got an RID restock with the Twinferno wave, and that's all they got was Twinferno, Bumblebee, Grimlock, Strongarm, and Starscream. It's like...
Yeah, I saw that assortment in a couple places myself.
It's like, that's the first thing... Well, I mean with that amount of parts compression, you're probably going to have a little bit of that feel to it because you've got so much stuff folded in on itself. But the review that I saw seemed like it all locks together pretty well. It's just there's a lot of locking points you have to make sure to hit. Yeah, Catmax says Canada's got lots of the RID stuff. Yeah, but it's the shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't ever pronounce that. Emanational. If I'm screwing it up, he's talking about that cell shaded MP10 Optimus. It's like, yeah, but that's just. I kind of want it and I kind of don't. It's that weird thing that I like, but I'm not sure if I want it or not.
Well, then you probably don't need it.
Probably not.
That was very limited. I pre-ordered it, and I believe it's sold out, but it hasn't come out yet.
So in our Skype chat here, John DeLuna just commented that the Decepticon clones are approximately 1,000% better than the Autobot ones, and I think we would all probably agree with that.
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're actually good.
Hi, John.
Love them. What's up?
I'll be honest though. If I was going to spend that kind of money, I think I would rather have MP711 Optimus than I would the cell shaded Optimus. Just to be honest with you. Because for some reason, that green and those highlight colors on that MP10 Ultra Magnus body kind of thing,
And the Watermelon Matrix.
And the Watermelon Matrix looks really nice.
But it's not the same price.
I know, but I'm just saying if I'm going to go for something unique like that, because I like the cell shading, but it's like. I like it, but it's kind of weird. It's just I'm on the fence about that. I'm not on the fence about MP711. I really want that MP711, but I also want the.
I could totally live without that MP711.
But I also want the Unicron lamp, and that ain't happening either.
All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. Long day, not a lot of sleep. So
all right, man.
Okay,
night,
Matt. Take care, man.
Sleep well.
Talk
Have
to you
a
guys
good one.
later.
Sleep well. The one thing I think I've drug my feet on too long was getting. I was talking about this, Rob. I know, or Chris. Actually, it was Chris I talked to this weekend. It was about that Zeonizer. I should have got it when I had the chance from Entertainment Earth when it was cheaper. But there may be another reissue or another batch of it. I don't know why. It's just Zero wasn't my favorite. I just love the Morpher because it'll look nice on my Morpher shelf. Is why.
But what was that, like $100?
It was 104 at Entertainment Earth, and I think Big Bad was 119 or 124, something like that.
I really can't see paying that for that.
Yeah, I might try to get one later. I mean, it's nothing major. I just always like the way it interacts.
If I was going to pay like big money for one of those legacy things, the closest so far would be the Golden Power Staff.
Yeah, Matt was
That
supposed
looks
to
super nice.
Matt, I think that's one of the things he was expecting to get before now was that.
Yeah, probably.
Because he's got that and the Zeonizer coming in. Now, did they say that we're getting a Legacy Shogun Zord? Or was that the mini? No, that was the mini Pla, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the mini Pla. Well, yeah,
mini Pla Kaku Ranger set.
Yeah. Well, I decided not to get the mini Pla Gal Figar because I remembered I've got the SRC Galphi Gar. I got it for $60. I really don't need the mini plot version for $70.
Yeah, save your model building for the Cocker Ranger stuff.
I'm going to save it for the Master Grade Tryon 3 they'll come out with eventually.
You know, for Master Grade, I don't see a solo of Chogokin happening, but for Master Grade, they even might.
Now,
it's got more of a chance.
Yeah.
But now, what's the one above Master? Ultimate?
Perfect.
Perfect Grade, which is...
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think there's a double Zeta in Perfect Grade.
The what?
I mean, just imagine the engineering on that.
Probably blew over.
Exactly.
No, you don't
Actually,
have
no, Double Zeta is probably one of the most solid Gundam designs there is. So.
Well, see, Blade Raider, Blade in Stat said over $100 for a Morpher. It's like, yeah, morph your wallet from full to empty.
Yeah.
Feels very fragile too.
That's kind of a shame because I mean it's really tempting to have something that looks that streamlined. You know that kind of looks. What makes me like that. Remember from Ninja Storm when the Megazord had like the super attack mode that like for a minute it was like all the mass shrunk in and it was like streamlined and super effective.
Yeah, I don't remember what they called it in Ninja Storm, but in Hurricane it was Sempujin Hurrier.
Yeah. That's what this Optimus. It's kind of like you got your MP, you get regular movie Optimus, and then you got this streamlined alien attack version. That's just kind of the parallels I was drawing. It was like Optimus Prime is like in his super mode. He's gone super Optimus, whatever. There's no hair. Now, have we heard rumors of a new MP Optimus, or because Rodimus Supreme was saying there was a supposedly new MP Optimus, but I hadn't heard anything about that.
Oh yeah, there are rumors of a new Masterpiece.
Oh yeah, we
Optimus.
talked about that last week, didn't we? When you weren't here.
Yeah, I wrote a thing about it. I think on Thursday or Friday, but I forgot to put it in the show notes or anything.
Well, I know I was blue skying at one point where I was thinking like MP50 would be a retool and re-release of MP01, just because it's the one that started the whole Masterpiece thing. You know, update it a little bit, maybe give it a better paint job, maybe some different accessories, because that was the one that started the whole Masterpiece concept, and that would be your big anniversary figure.
I think it's far more likely that they will do a more animation accurate Optimus in scale with the Autobot cars. That's kind of
I
what
think MP1's probably also out of budget at this point too.
Yeah.
Well, now
gigantic and heavy.
Well, now MP10 is still isn't he still in sync with the cars?
Well, in terms of scale, yes. In terms of styling, I would say no. So I think, given as animation accurate as some of these some of the cars have been, I think there is room to get closer. And well, I laid it all out in this article that I forgot existed until just now. But I
love when that happens.
Yeah, I think there's a variety of reasons we're probably about to see a new Masterpiece Optimus Prime. They've used that mold, the MP10 mold, to death. They are essentially, because of the number of times it has been knocked off, competing with themselves. And it being the 35th anniversary next year, that gives them the opportunity to make a new one that's as close to the animation as possible, to be more in line with what they're doing with the Autobot cars. And there was another point to that, and I don't remember. It's late.
Yeah. It's.
But it has also been several years since they introduced the new Optimus Prime mold.
That was it. Thank you. Yes, it has been almost as much time since MP10 was released to the present as it was between MP1 and MP10.
Wow, that's Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because MPO1 was like 2003, I think.
Yeah.
It won Toy Fair's Toy of the Year.
Yes. But yeah, it was 2003 or 4, and then, what, MP10 was 2010, 2011, somewhere in there?
2011 probably, because Kilby was about to buy one at BotCon 2012, and then Hasbro was all like, "Oh, hey, we're releasing this."
Yeah, and so if you figure from then to probably 2019, that gets you about an identical time frame.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we were all kind of sad that Kilby didn't buy an expensive Takara MP10, like literally minutes before the Hasbro announcement.
Yeah.
Because that would have been ideal.
Well, I just, because Zachary in the chat said about repurchasing his collection for tune accuracy. It's just like, I don't know if that's enough to make me rebuy a figure just because it's got a more tune accurate paint job. I mean, that's what they're going to be doing to get more use out of these molds and people that want tune accuracy versus toy. But
I want
with
both.
The prices, with the prices these things are going now for, Sunstreaker was 110 and above. Again, there was licensing involved with that. I mean, Ironhide and Ratchet was 80 to 90 a piece. I just don't see. And besides, what are you going to do? Hold out for a possible tune version that may never happen of this character?
Mm-hmm.
Well, even if you do, there's not a whole lot of risk there because it's been a while since a new Masterpiece release has outright sold out. So even if you do wait a little while on the hope for an Animation Colors one, if that doesn't materialize in a reasonable time span for you, you should be able to go back and grab the original one without much problem.
Yeah, it's a matter of how, I guess, like everything in this hobby, how long do you want to wait?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went ahead and got the Wave 2 Prime Masters. Is the area that I live in. I've lost Kmart. Apparently I'll be losing my Toys R Us, so all I have left is my local Walmart and Target. And I
don't even have a Target, Don.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, my Target today just got those RID stuff. That's the first thing new Transformers they've gotten in. That wasn't a pullback from the back to just to restock a peg hook since the Power of the Primes Wave 1 in January. So it's been 3 months since anything new Transformers came in. I'm sorry, they did get Grimlock and Starscream for Power of the Primes, but that was it, and that was just the week before.
Well, I've seen some Starscream sitting around, big shock. But I saw Grimlock exactly once. So.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Brian?
Yeah.
Were we planning on doing It's a Dawn deal sometime relatively soon?
No.
Wait, I thought we were, Chris.
Were we?
Reason I'm asking is
You'll have to refresh me. I was really drunk that night.
The reason is I might have a spare Hunger in the works that I thought maybe we could give away on the first show. But if it's not any time coming up, it really won't be a big deal because they'll eventually be in a lot of places. So that I just thought I would bring that up. If not,
Don, let's talk about it.
Yeah. But I mean, we can do that. I just thought maybe I'd mention that. But if nothing else, I can save it and use it for something later on. It's no biggie. And that's if I get it. It's still kind of in the works. No Blade. I have a Headmaster RC. I don't have to say I'm waiting for one. I've got it.
Well, you still need the Masterpiece version.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it for reminding me of that. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but honestly, I think we'll be seeing a Masterpiece RC before too long because they've got Hot Rod, they've got Rodimus. Well, a Rodimus.
What's left of him?
What's left of him? But now that I think about it, I think MP50, if it's not going to be a new Optimus, I think that will probably be the point where we get Galvatron. It just seems like
Galvatron I could get behind.
Yeah, it just seems like that would be the if you're going to have a figure, because that's probably because they've got the engineering for Megatron down pat. They're doing the magical morphing Dinobot. So all that in scale and complexity could give us a really tight Galvatron, because you have a lot of parts moving around to try to give a cohesive cannon mode and a decent looking robot mode.
Yeah, no, so what we have to stop and consider is, like, what inherent flaw will Masterpiece Galvatron come with?
His hands won't fold anywhere. They'll be like stuck on his tank treads. Will just end in fists.
Everybody's gonna hate his purple.
It'll be
there's a
the
good chance of that.
purple.
It's impossible to make anybody like his purple.
No, what they could do is this. Since the chest is kind of a barrel chest, what you can do now follow me on this. At the neck where that collar is, those are hinges with swivels. You can have two sides of purple, one on the inside, one on the outside. So you pick the color purple by swinging the barrel torso, splitting it apart like you slice an orange, swing it up, twist it, and then fold it down. That way you have like the lavender purple or the deep purple.
You're gonna get a purple in between, and everybody's gonna hate it.
I want toy colors.
You'll get nothing of the sort. You'll get Masterpiece purple.
I hope he comes with like little bitty, like a little crown that you can put on top of his little head that has the little sparks from like web, when he's got the sparks on his, to make him look crazy.
He also needs to come with a pair of gray smoking Starscream legs.
Nice.
Or Starscream's head, because I think in one shot there was like Starscream's head was like just kind of like cracked and shattered on one side or something like that he could like hold in his hand.
No,
I mean that's gross.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Starscream's head from the Megatron when Black Arachne is going through Megatron's storage stuff, and there's Starscream's head there. That's what I was thinking of. What else with Galvatron? Oh, Galvatron.
Matrix on a chain.
Yeah. No, this would be good for Cyclonus. He comes with the forms from WebWorld that he can hold and sign on a little clipboard.
Cyclonus with a clipboard.
If that old Hasbro G.I. Joe Pilot clipboard would be the right scale in the end.
See, Rob can get behind that too. See what else?
No, I mean if you think about Cyclonus in season 3, he had to be like the one in charge of all the Decepticons' paperwork. He was the only one competent enough at that point.
Yeah. I mean, you really couldn't trust anybody else because and like Galvatron's not going to do it. He'd be like, "What am I going to do this morning? Kill everybody." Okay, we got that. Well, what's the plan to do that?
So right now I'm doing the look at one phone, see what apps are on it, so I can install them. Because I never want to do a full restore. Because I never want to put all the apps back on.
How many phones do you have?
Well, I mean, I just got a new phone.
Oh, I thought you had like a work phone and a personal phone, or
I wish. I don't need a work.
I can't do that. I don't want to do that.
I'd like to have a separate phone.
I don't know. I don't like it when people throw down two phones on the desk. It's obnoxious.
Now, here's something about Galvatron. If they put a voice chip in the canon, like they did for Megatron, would they have to get permission from Leonard Nimoy's estate to use his lines from the movie?
Well, no, they need to use Welker voice Galvatron.
Or absolutely.
It'd be nice if they had both.
Dimensional says Brian Two Phones Kilby. That's your new nickname.
Yes.
Look, if they have a Galvatron with a voice chip and it doesn't say "darn that sound wave," I'm not interested.
Yeah. Is that from the crappy dub?
Yes, it is.
No, it's from the brilliant dub.
Don't waste space on that crap. Don't waste space on it. Give us a couple of Leonard Nimoy lines if they can get permission from the estate.
No, Welker.
and
Welker all the
Welker
time.
and Welker. I mean, it's
both.
like. There's a couple of good Galvatron lines in the movie, like, Ultra Magnus is dead and the Matrix died with him. Just a couple of the, or I will crush you. Do the whole, I will crush you with my bare hands, die Autobot. Stuff like that.
I'm not feeling it done.
Well, you hate good things.
I hate boring things.
Well, you really hate me.
Aw.
I mean, you are not even the most boring person I spent this past weekend with, Don.
I'll take that as a compliment.
And everybody else can puzzle out who I'm trying to talk about.
Let's see. Who
Well, it's
else?
me, and I'm fine with that.
It'd be weird. MP50 is actually Springer, so we get like the 10th Springer.
Well, no, hopefully by the point MP50 rolls around, the third parties will produce 49 other Springers, so MP50 is the 50th Springer also.
Stranger things have happened. There's that. I'm trying to think who else would be acceptable for like a big, because 50s is like a big, like, other than if you're figure arts. Because
I like Galvatron for 50.
Yeah,
There were rumors that they were working on a Skyfire.
that would be a lot. That would be a huge. That would be. It'd be Phoenix size. I mean, it'd have to be in scale. Air quotes.
It'd be expensive.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be, right?
They're not at this point. They're not afraid to go to 300. I'm sure.
Are you sure?
Well, now,
I'm
do you
pretty
think?
sure they're not
do you
going to make
think
a ton of them? But I bet you they're not afraid. That's not like impossible.
Do you think maybe Takara would look at the Hasbro crowdfunding thing they're doing for the Java barge and do like the bigger masterpiece figures, but in that kind, like, it's still a masterpiece, but it has like a special numbering, like 51.
Does anyone know how that barge is doing?
Oh, I
haven't
haven't
checked
checked.
on
Is it on the page?
Oh God, Road Ninja.
Nobody goes to the page.
Because I was just
JT
thinking
trying
about
to
that.
suggest MP50 will be wheelie.
Ooh, MP50. Well, no, it wouldn't be really. I was thinking maybe
Okay.
MP50.
So, I'm sorry, Don, but Rodimus Supreme is in the chat asking they don't have the license for Jetfire, do they? No, but Skyfire is a distinctive design from Jetfire, so that's something they should be able to masterpiece without having a legal issue. They changed the animation model substantially from the Jetfire toy for the very reason of not having it look like the Macross Valkyrie.
And they changed the name from Jetfire to Skyfire to avoid trouble also.
Because even back then, they didn't want to be bothered by Harmony Gold.
Part of it is that those toys were distributed by Bandai in Japan, so they didn't want to be advertising a competitor toy.
Yeah.
And they didn't even sell Jetfire's toy in Japan, and most of Skyfire's episodes were pushed to very late in the run of the cartoon in Japan.
Yeah. Because, let's see, I'm trying to think, Omega would be even more problematic than Skyfire. We've got Shockwave. I'm trying to think of anybody that's, like, iconic that hasn't been done.
No.
Futuristic Shark to Robot.
Well, just think how many of them Matt will have to buy.
I still wouldn't mind if they ever decide to go outside the box out of G1. Traditional G1. I would like to see Masterpiece DevCon, but that would be an extreme jump outside. But he's still G1. It's just I wouldn't mind seeing Masterpiece 50 be Fire Convoy.
Blade Raider suggested Armada Prime, which I'd be all for.
No, RID Prime. Robots.
No, I don't think you get a vote for this, Don.
No, I'm going to vote. I have a Massey, so my vote is automatically valid by default.
What about a Masterpiece Prime?
Masterpiece Prime? What?
Transformers Prime.
Transformers Prime.
Oh.
Masterpiece Prime.
If it's the Beast Hunters one.
Yes, I do like that design too. That's a good one.
No, Chris is still here. Chris just turned his video off, Rodimus Supreme.
Oh, Zachary, Death Zaurus to go with Star Saber. That would be a really interesting 50
I'd
to
be
get.
good with that.
Yeah, that would work.
Buy that.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. Massey doesn't care, but my good boy.
Massey is an agent of chaos.
So I guess that makes me Maxwell Smart.
JT Prime suggests also MP Leo Convoy.
I think we would see like Beast Wars Megatron.
Yeah, probably.
Before we see Lyle because Lyle Convoy is kind of like Star Saber. He's very Japan, but I think Death Zaurus would win out because one, he would go with the Star Saber if they want to do a reissue, and with some tweaks and stuff. And I think Death Zaurus carries a little more weight in the fandom with people who don't have one and would probably spend the money to get one versus what you're paying for the G1 one. Because I've got the G1 Death Zaurus. It's not a great toy. It looks good, but it's just not a great toy in and of itself.
Maybe MP50 could be Overlord.
That would be pricey. That'd be like Skyfire pricey. Or I wonder if they would actually do MP51 Mega and MP52 Giga. And do it as two different pieces, as two different masterpieces.
No, because they're not third party.
Well, that's true. but I was thinking to keep it within a somewhat reasonable.
Cost. if we go with John's idea that maybe they're not afraid to push to 30,000 yen, they probably could make Overlord work.
As you say it like release. That, it's so scary.
Yep.
Whatever. Forget the middle class. Go after them rich folks.
I mean, honestly, I think right now 25,000 is probably the upper limit they want to push.
Yeah, because I really want Dinobot, but I just can't pay that.
So Dinobot's interesting to me, but seeing that the magazine sequence trying to depict the transformation really cemented for me. That's not a thing that I want to own. Because for one thing, I would never ever transform it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just take your little magic powder and dip it on there, and
Emotional says Masterpiece Unicron lamp.
I think it's already a masterpiece in my opinion.
Hey Don, this is for you. I know you like your clear figures.
Oh no.
Okay, this should be interesting.
Oh boy.
I've seen.
I'm worried.
I've seen the clear.
A Taobao link from Diecast.
Yeah, imagine that.
Hey. That's actually kind of neat.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's Soundwave. I have a Soundwave. I'll pass. Thank you.
You have to admit it's pretty though.
Yeah.
It is. It's very pretty. It's just it's not a character that I really would want to double dip on just because it's in clear plastic.
What about like a clear Shockwave?
Not really.
Don, you see the price on that?
I don't really care, but
I
did.
I assume that's a deposit price.
Well, there is a full price for $34.91.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
No, I just...
It even comes with clear smoke gray plastic buzzsaw laser beak. That's pretty great.
Yep.
Well, you could get your the Goat Soundwave and have something very similar to that.
But
except this is in good colors.
Yeah, this is actually
similar.
This is actually better looking.
Yeah.
This is legit pretty. For $35, I'm afraid it would crumble in my hands, but still.
Yeah.
So I'm looking over all the apps I've bought over the last, or downloaded over the last 6 or 7 years. There's so much.
Well, you
crap
probably
in
bought
here.
a few of them.
Yeah, there's so much crap in here. Like a copycat version of Simon. So I can play Simon on my phone.
Have you ever done that?
briefly.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh.
Because if it was a free app, I could see myself doing that. But...
So many Transformers games have come out for mobile and have gone
Yeah.
away.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is that Brian? Do you have that G1 Awakening that was the grid-based game?
I don't know.
Because I want to get that back because I really enjoyed that thing, but it's on my V1 Razor and my Razor is shot. I can't get the phone to turn back on anymore, and I can't. So if you had that game, could you send it to me?
I don't think I do, Don. But if I did, I would.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean, it's not that difficult to get that installer file.
Just Google whatever and the name of it in APK.
And, hope your antivirus is up to date.
You'll be fine.
Probably.
Just be false positives.
Yeah,
anyway.
I just renewed it. McAfee auto renewed on me 2 months ago when I.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, you're fine, Don. That's great.
Well, that's what's on the computer, and it's been working fine so far.
download malware bytes too, and that just run that every once in a while.
Yeah, that'll give you your false positives.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
This is when a hammer and sickle just replaces Don's face on the call.
Yes, you are. My good boy.
You're my good boy.
Don't you
Don't
bite
eat
me.
my face. Don't eat my face.
Great.
Hey, I took off your collar for you.
Well, maybe he wanted his collar left on, Don.
Well, I couldn't give him scritches that way.
Did he ask for them? You're making an awful lot of assumptions here, Don.
Come here.
Oh boy.
Now come here. Don't hide in the cabinet.
Come here. Get over here.
Come here.
Here comes...
Yeah, Brian, be
guess-
paying attention.
I guess it's true. Why would Don be afraid of like a Russian virus when he lives with that cat?
Exactly.
Yeah, his quality of life can't be made any worse.
Well, he faces like imminent death every day.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
I'm recording, right? Yes.
Come here.
JT Prime wants to know if anybody bought the casket yet.
No, nobody's bought the casket.
Oh.
I wish I had $900.
Come here.
To throw away.
Come here.
Yeah.
That would be so great. The HasCon
I
app.
I mean, I would have to somehow arrange for someone to video Don receiving the casket too, because, like, that's a vital part of the experience.
Being cute on the floor is not what I said. Not touching your belly. That's a trap.
This is not a
Parenting.
good toy. Don't buy this.
Oh.
Oh, what's wrong with
the
it?
forearms?
Oh, it is. Seems very fragile, fiddly.
Did you get Farage?
Yes,
What did you think of that?
fragile.
Fiddly?
Yeah,
So, these seem to be hallmarks of alien attack, is what you're saying.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's disappointing because the figure looks pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Farage looks great.
I think Paladin picked him up.
Yeah, and I believe he also mentioned it being fragile and potentially fiddly. I think he was saying that in the chat like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, Mont Tackle, I really liked the G1 Awakening game because it was like
Dark Awakening?
the mobile game. The mobile. It was simple, but it was still kind of fun. There was some strategy involved too.
Rodimus Supreme, we can't explain diecast. We've been trying for years and we still can't figure him out.
He's a lost art.
No.
Lost cause.
Yes, sir. You my boy. You are my good boy.
This is one of those purchases I was regretting before I even got it.
Oh, boy.
Well, I will. Yeah. Now here's something that I'll show off to the guys in the chat. This is one of the clear pieces that I love. It's the upscaled Wajang Clear Optimus from the MP10, but it's the upscale version. I love this thing, and I'm wondering if the Wajang will do a clear version like we talked about before of this Wajang Megatron that I got, but in the purple. I probably wouldn't buy it if it was in the purple.
I would guarantee they're going to do a clear version and a damaged version.
Yeah. But now this is the Wajang. I showed this. This is the Wajang Megatron that's an original design from them. There's cues from a lot of places, but it's still an original design from Wajang. And this is the Infinite Transformation version. That's the KO of the Masterpiece Megatron. If you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Man.
One's a little bigger than the other.
Yeah. Little. Because the Wajang was scaled to go with that size Optimus. But it still looks really good. And then the Infinite Transformation is the KO, but that's the one where you get the Frank Welker clips in the cannon. Because the sounds come from the gun.
That's too many Megatrons.
I don't know why I've been on a Megatron kick lately, and that's weird for me being more of an Autobot person. But I just liked the way they looked, and I figured, well, I got a good deal on them. I had a coupon code for one of them, and the other one I've been waiting for a while. So I figured, why not?
Yeah.
That's the last words I know. But I love the fact. That the stock extender for Megatron is built into the legs.
Yeah, that's neat.
I think I'm Megatroned out. And I'll be honest. Galvatron is really not a major character for me. I like the character, but I have the DX9 Tyrant. Or is it Sovereign? No, Tyrant was the first one. That's fine for me.
You don't have the good one then.
Well, I know, but I like it. It's a good representation. I just don't really need another Galvatron.
Wait,
the Fans Toys is the best representation.
I know. I know the Fans Toys has a few improvements on the DX9 version. It's just not that important enough for me to upgrade.
I'd rather have a real one. In fact, I should probably sell my whatever the hell it's called before a real one comes out.
Sovereign.
Yeah.
You didn't get Sovereign, did you?
I have the I have the one you have that you like so much.
The Fans Toys one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah, that's Sovereign.
Yeah.
I thought Brian didn't like that one.
It's not that great.
Because it's diecast.
Yeah,
it's diecast. It's diecast, and the likeness is kind of
iffy.
Yeah.
Much like Mania King.
Now it's better. I think it's better than Mania King, but it's.
Oh no, I'm just saying Mania King is pretty iffy.
Yeah.
I like some of Mania King's styling, but like it's an iffy likeness if you're going by like the cartoon or the original toy.
Yeah.
I still call it Mania King, like maniacal. I still call it that.
Yeah, I mean I go both ways. Hey, people watching live, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for tonight because I got stuff I got to do. So we will see you next week. We love you.
Bye, chat.
We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.